Have you ever wondered what it would feel like if the silence around you wasn't just quiet, but deadly? Dead Silence is one of those horror thrillers that creeps under your skin with its chilling atmosphere and an eerie story that stays with you long after the credits roll. But what exactly makes this movie stand out in the sea of ghost stories and supernatural scares? In this video, we'll take you deep into the haunting world of Dead Silence, uncovering not just the plot, but also some lesser-known facts and hidden details that many fans miss. You'll get a clear, suspenseful summary of the story, an honest review of what works and what doesn't, and why. Dead Silence continues to terrify horror lovers years after its release. So if you want to find out what really lurks behind the silence and why this movie remains a cult classic, stick around until the very end. Welcome to Movies Review, your go-to place for honest, thrilling movie breakdowns. If you love chilling tales and honest reviews, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss out. Dead Silence takes us to a quiet, small town shrouded in mystery and fear. The story begins when a shocking event disrupts the peace, a sudden disappearance tied to a creepy ventriloquist doll. This eerie doll is more than just a toy. It holds a dark legend, a curse that haunts anyone connected to it. The main character, Jamie Ashen, returns to this town after the tragic death of his wife Lisa. What starts as a quest to uncover the truth about her murder quickly turns into something far more terrifying. The doll, known as Mary Shaw, is said to punish those who speak of her or challenge her memory. Her story is central to the plot, weaving together fear, revenge, and silence in a way that keeps the audience on edge. The atmosphere is thick with dread, the foggy streets, the empty houses, and the silence that feels alive. As Jamie digs deeper, we realize the town's calm surface hides secrets darker than anyone imagined. This mystery pulls you in from the start, making you question what's real and what's supernatural. The movie's plot unfolds like a chilling puzzle, piece by piece. Jamie Ashen arrives in town to investigate Lisa's murder, but soon discovers that his wife's death is tied to the mysterious disappearance of a ventriloquist named Mary Shaw years ago. Jamie's search leads him into the heart of the town's darkest secrets. As Jamie follows the clues, he encounters unsettling silence everywhere. Neighbors who refuse to talk, eerie shadows moving just out of sight, and that ever-present sinister doll. Each step raises the tension as strange and frightening events escalate. The film builds suspense carefully, using silence as a weapon to heighten the fear. Key moments include Jamie's visit to a cryptic ventriloquist museum, his interactions with townsfolk who seem scared to speak, and his discovery of a hidden past linked to Mary Shaw's curse. The movie slowly reveals how the doll is more than a legend. It's an agent of vengeance. Without spoiling the ending, the climax ties all these threads together in a terrifying confrontation where the silence itself becomes deadly. The story's resolution leaves you thinking about the power of fear and the cost of uncovering dark truths. The characters in Dead Silence add layers to the film's creepy atmosphere. Jamie Ashen, played with quiet intensity, anchors the story with his grief and determination. His journey from skeptic to believer feels real, making the horror more personal and gripping. Lisa, Jamie's wife, though mostly seen in flashbacks, adds emotional weight. The townspeople, though limited in screen time, contribute to the eerie mood with their fearful silence and cryptic warnings. Their performances create a sense of isolation and mistrust. Mary Shaw, though not a traditional character, dominates the film through her terrifying presence as a doll and ghostly figure. The way the actors react to the legend and the doll amplifies the suspense. Overall, the acting may not be flashy, but it's effective. The restrained performances help maintain the film's unsettling tone, making every whisper and glance feel charged with fear. At its core, Dead Silence explores themes of fear, guilt, and revenge. The doll, Mary Shaw, is more than a scary figure. It symbolizes silence forced upon victims and the danger of secrets buried too deep. The movie shows how fear can isolate people and how guilt can trap someone in the past. Jamie's struggle with his wife's death parallels the town's inability to speak openly about the curse. Silence becomes both a protection and a prison. The doll's curse is a metaphor for the consequences of lies and hidden truths. Its presence reminds us that some secrets refuse to stay silent, and that the past can come back to punish the living. The dark, foggy setting enhances these themes, creating a world where shadows hide more than just physical darkness. They hide emotional wounds and unspoken horrors. Visually, Dead Silence uses shadows and muted colors to build a cold, creepy mood. The filmmakers skillfully used tight shots and slow pans to create a feeling of claustrophobia. Dim lighting and fog obscure details, making viewers feel uneasy and unsure of what's lurking just beyond the frame. The sound design is crucial. Silence isn't just an absence of sound here, it's a presence that builds tension. The faint creaks, distant footsteps, and the doll's subtle movements all create an unsettling soundscape. When noise breaks the silence, it's jarring and sharp, heightening the jump scares and emotional moments. The soundtrack itself is minimal but effective, with haunting melodies that echo the film's themes of loss and terror. Together, the visuals and sound work to immerse the viewer in a world where every whisper could be deadly. Dead Silence shines in creating a spooky, immersive atmosphere that horror fans crave. The slow-building tension and clever use of silence set it apart from typical jump-scare-filled movies. The legend of Mary Shaw is memorable and unique, giving the film a strong central mystery. The pacing works well for most of the film, allowing suspense to grow naturally without rushing. The movie's visuals and sound design enhance the experience, keeping viewers on edge. Certain scenes stand out for their creativity and fear factor, especially those involving the doll's eerie presence. The blend of supernatural horror with a detective-style mystery gives Dead Silence an interesting twist. Despite its strengths, Dead Silence is not without flaws. Some viewers may find the plot predictable once the core mystery is understood. The characters other than Jamie can feel underdeveloped, making it harder to connect emotionally. At times, the film relies too heavily on familiar horror tropes and jump scares, which might reduce its impact for experienced horror fans. The pacing in the middle slows down noticeably, which can cause moments where tension dips. Also, the backstory of Mary Shaw, while intriguing, can feel a bit rushed in the final act. These issues don't ruin the movie, but are worth noting for viewers expecting a more complex narrative. Overall, Dead Silence is a solid supernatural horror that delivers a unique twist on ventriloquist doll legends. It's a movie that combines atmosphere, mystery, and supernatural terror effectively. If you enjoy horror films with slow-building suspense, creepy dolls, and ghost stories wrapped in small-town secrets, this movie is definitely worth your time. It may not break new ground in horror storytelling, but it provides enough scares and chills to keep fans engaged. For those new to horror, Dead Silence offers a good introduction without overwhelming gore or violence. For seasoned horror lovers, it's a nostalgic dive into early 2000s spooky cinema. In the end, Dead Silence proves that sometimes the most terrifying thing is the silence itself. Thanks for watching our deep dive into Dead Silence. We'd love to hear what you think. Did this movie scare you, or did it leave you wanting more? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review and want more honest, detailed breakdowns of your favorite movies, please hit the like button and subscribe to Movies Review. Your support helps us bring you even better content. And stay tuned. Our next video will explore another thrilling film that horror fans won't want to miss. Until then, keep watching, stay curious, and remember, sometimes silence can be deadly.